Hello, this is Falter Fire. It's been a few days since I recorded a video, and so I figured it was time to record another one. Because I'm feeling kind of lazy and I'm a little shorter on time. I don't have enough time to do a 2-hour inner run. I think I'm going to do what I always do when I'm feeling lazy, which is that we're playing Caitan. So I've purchased all of my market items. I will be playing a deck called Oops, All Mana, which is almost entirely mana. The idea here is that I created a deck that this was one of those challenge decks that Zabo and I had been throwing back and forth. And this one, the initial deck was 10 mana cards, and so I added 2 spell slashes, and then the other 25 were almost all mana cards. The only exceptions were Mana Surge and Mana Blast, which both have mana in the name, so I figured they counted. And then to that, I have added 5 cards of my own, which are the Invest, the Aether Storm, the Blessed Strike, the Dispel Magic, the Cleansing Shield, and then I think there's one here somewhere, but I am blanking on which one it is. We'll just assume that I named 5 cards and just can't count, because that is probably what happened. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I just can't count. All right, so here we go. And you may be thinking, going in with this many mana cards in your deck, certainly that will cause a problem. And the answer is no. No, it's going to be easy because this is still Caitan. We will take... We could take the Mana Blast. I like having the arms races set up for later, although it won't do anything for us immediately. Start here. Hoping to get a Mighty Strike. And so yeah, we obviously weren't able to do as much damage as we normally could because we only have a handful of actual damaging cards. But you know, I'd say it's not going too poorly considering that, you know, we have 10 mana cards in the deck, that we are making good progress on getting this kill. There we go. And we'll take basically anything that does damage. We'll take that Blessed Strike, which is kind of marginal in Caitan, but it is what it is. That is a wonderful event. The reason I say that it's kind of marginal in Caitan is that, of course, Caitan would love to take would love to get Vengeance, which requires you to be debuffed. So we can play that. We don't actually, oh, right, we do have the Blessed Strike now. We can do that. These are all going to be 4x too. There's the kill. And yeah, this is just going to be a nice, calm, pleasant run with nothing terribly complicated going on. It's going to be great. Let's get that other Spell Slash upgrade. We now have 2 Spell Slash Pluses. We haven't made it to the first boss yet, which is fantastic. We are quite happy to see that. Love that we can just do that. We want to probably go with this Quick Blast. Easy turn 1. Caitan is getting nerfed, unfortunately, for absolutely no reasonable reason. There's no reason for Caitan to get nerfed, as you can see. He's doing completely fair things, completely fairly. Should have played the Spell Slash Plus first. Oh well. We are not going to be leeched. We will get a copy of that. That seems okay. Go ahead and get some more damage. hit here, but I think we should be pretty close to lethal here. Yep. Easy. That one's pretty marginal. I don't think I really want to take that. I would actually rather take a shifting focus, I think, than a corrupted strike. We'll use this reroll real quick. It's also pretty marginal. We'll take the mana surge. Sure. And I think I will upgrade this Relentless Assault, so it does a good amount of damage, does even more damage. If you look at one of the predicts, I think they are our weakest mana cards. And I think the Spell Slash Plus is what I want to copy. This will be critical. Turn 1. Nothing unfair is happening. The only things happening here are completely fair. Shocking Grasp isn't bad, but I don't love it either. We'll just take a Mind Seed. I don't hate having more mana. I can never remember what any of these do. I think the Forge might have an upgrade. Yep. That's pretty okay. That upgrade's pretty okay. The Overflow upgrades are pretty great. Just getting more mana is pretty great. If we get more mana, we can start cutting like more mana cards, which I don't hate, but I really like getting Overflow Plus, and we have just been blessed with a lot of bonus upgrades. We normally wouldn't have anywhere near this many in a normal run, because this isn't a quick play run. We just have gotten incredibly lucky. So we can do that and draw into the Blessed Strike. Not the most exciting, but I'll take it. Go and do that. Didn't quite get that kill. We are going to take a little bit of health damage here, but not too much. And then, anyway, go and do that. There we go. Completely fair and reasonable things. Nothing but the fairest and most reasonable. I don't hate copying this. Sure, why not? That does mean that we are going to get hit by this Arcane proc because of the powerful stacks that it picked up. But that's cool with me. This is going to be a bit more pain, but it's fine. Got a little bit unlucky that it decided to actually attack us. Because if it had decided to do anything else, we would have been able to get away without taking damage there. We'll take the Nature's Blessing. We should have enough mana to sustain it. Both of these are incredible. All three of these are actually pretty great. I think card draw is what we need more than duplication, actually. I think I'll upgrade the Nature's Blessing for similar reasons, because I just want the ability to draw more cards. Cut that predict. Let's go this way so that we can swing through. We'll save this Horseshoe for... Well, I might spend it on trying to get a Shocking Focus, although we probably don't need it. So probably save it for the Elemental Amalgamation. That's actually pretty great because it will cut through all of that. Go ahead and draw some cards. She can go ahead and do that. Go do this a couple times. And that should get us the kill. There we go. This is all pretty meh. This at least does damage. I mean, this does too. We'll just take a Gambler's Focus, I think. Play that. Pitch that. Alright, we are going to take no damage. And then we will just, so we're going to get to heal, because I needed to play something. Everything is going pretty great, I would say. The Gathering Bolt is marginal, but we'll take it. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay, we are going to have to do this fight. It's unfortunate. Draw and discard that. Okay, we don't need to play that until we are in Spell Stance. Let's go with that. And now we are Mighty. There we go. This is all pretty marginal. Take that, plan to remove it. Seems okay. Should play that first. Here's a neat trick. I could play this and use that to play that. Not going to get as much damage as I would like, but it's not bad. And we'll start with that. That. Obviously, we would have loved to not have let it set up those plated stacks because they are not the most amazing thing for us, but at least we get to put some damage in. And if we draw our Consuming Flames again, that will just instantly get us this kill. And if it had more than 2 plated, we would be in for a world of hurt. But it doesn't, so it's just going to die. Hardest fight so far this run. Do I reroll for Shocking Focus? No, because Blazing Ritual will do the same work. And now let's just save this reroll here. I think we go... because the question whether we want to save that, but I think we're good doing this. And then we can... Great thing about this, you can draw and then pitch that. Have to deal with getting forcibly shuffled. And let's go ahead and do this and then that. Pretty good. Everything is going up. And that we didn't even have to reroll for that. None of this does anything. We'll spend a reroll here. That's some strike damage, we'll take it. Upgrade the elements of strike, of course. Remove the secret cache. I don't really love that it shovels our deck. I think we go for this. Into the Silga fight. Which admittedly doesn't drop a whole ton that we want, that we can potentially use, which could be a bit of an issue, but... Just kidding, everything is fine. That's okay. Draw and pitch that. We're on fire, so that's good. This is actually a pretty great thing to copy. And the reason that died from a single arcane proc is that it was shocked and frozen as well, which means that it took 20 damage. I'm going to do that. We are now vengeful. Which means we can be all sorts of mean. Let's actually go ahead and we can upgrade that. Which, I wasn't even thinking about the possibility that we would get a quick blast, so that obviously makes this look incredibly calculated. Everything is going great. That's pretty marginal. These are all pretty marginal. I don't hate more shifting focuses, I think. Hey, more strike damage. We'll take that. And then we will cut. What are our least valuable mana cards? I think it's actually the Gathering Bolt. Even though it's not really a mana card. Play that. Wasn't thinking, I should have played this immediately after. And we can do that into that. Take a little bit of burn damage, but we are better at doing burn than we are getting hit by burn. And let's trip all of the burn. Fortunately, it's not quite enough to get the kill, but we get pretty close. And there we go. That seems great. And we will continue to cut the weaker mana cards. And I think we want to go through here and try and get Ruinous Gamble. Imagine stopping to think for any amount of time. Imagine how lame that would be. Really boring. Instead we can just go full tilt. Yeah, sure, we'll draw. No, I was hoping to find mana there. No such luck. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is a weaker Caitan deck, which I know is kind of odd. Like, you'd expect that if you started with nothing but mana and you just like took out all of Caitan's tools, that it would be very, very good. And that's what I expected, was that this would actually be the strongest Caitan deck possible, but weirdly enough, that is not proving to be the case. At least in my opinion. Go draw some cards. And now we are mighty. Letting it all hang out. Should probably done that before we started popping conflagrates, but yeah. I don't know if just doing this twice is gonna mean I feed that will. Of course it will. This is pretty medium. That's pretty great. Alright. Let's just start by getting this critical. Draw a strike. I think we are fine with pitching that. So we will do that. So we can draw another strike. And we'll go ahead and do that to throw us back into spell mode. And we're going to go ahead and freeze the jerk so that we at least, even if we can't get this kill, our enemy will not get to take a turn. Because again, we are just all about playing fair games fairly. Yeah, this is all pretty. We'll take a Blazing Ritual, sure. We'll cut a Mana Shield. And these are pretty garbo elite luck, because we obviously don't care that much about getting access to the cards that this thing drops, because most of the drops trash. But what are you gonna do? That, I guess, is the answer. Will not actually be cursed because that purity is kind of a little inconvenient. That's not what I meant to do. Wasn't paying attention. Oh well. Paying attention is very unimportant when you're cheating this hard. Imagine having to pay attention in order to just slaughter everything without trying. Imagine, just imagine what that would be like. Sounds miserable, doesn't it? That's actually a great way to use that blessed strike that we have. And then that's been pretty awkward for us. We'll cut it. We'll draw some cards. We will pitch that, I guess. So I have a trick in mind here, although I don't know that we're going to be able to get low enough on mana to use it. May go for it anyway. Let's go ahead and do that actually real quick. Get more burnout. Sure. Little too late there, bud. But that's going to get us a kill anyway, so it's whatever. Imagine having to think for any length of time about your choices. Imagine how much less interesting that would be. Oh, I thought I'd already played that. I was not paying attention again. There we go. Got rid of the, whatchamacallit? Using the amazing power of being very clever. Can we get to... There's a chance. It's pretty low. I don't think we can use that. Get some damage out. Dodge this curse. I think Russell's Assault, Relentless Assault is what we want to copy. Throw it back into Spell Stance. Get the kill. Reroll for Ruinous Gamble. No luck. We will take the Corrupted Font. I need to... Give me a second. Sorry, I had to write down exactly what this does because it's one of the cards that I needed to note down. I don't think we actually want it though, because it's basically interchangeable with that. We will upgrade. Do we have any more card draw we can upgrade? The Invest is not going to do any better for us than it currently is. That's okay, we'll take it. And we will cut the other mana shield. And... I think Dig Through Muck we prioritize more than we prioritize the Clear Focus at this point. I'm actually going to play that first. Because I am very smart. Alright, takes a little bit of damage, we get a shrivel. There we go. Just had to conflagrate enough times. We'll take another Blazing Ritual. I know the Blazing Rituals are technically a little bit risky. So these are great because they will help us chain off against them. Just have to find enough damage to do. We'll take a critical stack. Go ahead and use that because it does more damage. Let's go and get into Strike Stance. So we can get Mighty set up. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn that into another treasure. Pop, pop, pop. There's some mana. Even more mana. Imagine running out of mana. Imagine how sad that would be if that were a thing that were possible. Fortunately, it isn't. It never happened. We made this one up. Let's go do that. Another beautiful. All right. And there's Dig Through Muck. Unfortunately, we didn't get an upgrade for it, but, you know. Take what you can get. Um, hmm. Do I want to try and trip? Just do that. No, because we've got one of these, so we don't need to worry about it. Hopeful. Yeah, that should get us there. Draw that now, because I'm smart and paying attention. There's more vengeance stacks. Let's just go ahead and deal some more damage. Strip these off with conflagrates. Again, imagine how obnoxious it would be if I had to think. Wouldn't that just be awful? I agree. Don't really need any of that. Sure, we'll take critical. See what we get out of that. I think I just want to draw more cards. Ah, there's a strike. Fortunately, these birds are our arch nemesis. Did you see that? Did you see that? 50% my butt. There is no way. I refuse to believe that these pigeons have a 50% chance to dodge. That is, quite frankly, absurd. Unfortunately, a 75% dodge rate or better is not enough to save them from Caitan. Alright, let's do some final card removals if we can. We cannot. There we go. Let's cut. That's pretty bad. That one's going. Let's cut. Probably one of the Gambler's Focuses. Let's cut one of the Shifting Focuses because they're only 2 mana. Let's cut a Gambler's Focus. Let's cut, yeah, just another Gambler's Focus. And away we go. We're on fire. So one of the great things about the way this works is that every time we play a temporary card, we're going to apply one burn, which is going to remove one of those annoying stacks of purity. Although this one, yeah, because it just went away immediately, and then didn't even need the Arcane Burst to go off. Let's draw and let's pitch. I think we want to not have that because I think we want to get the Conflagrate going. We'll go and do that. And sure, we'll draw some cards. We got the back-to-back freezes. I say to you again, imagine having to care about anything ever. Imagine not just winning with Caitan whenever you wanted without thinking. immediately. You don't have to. It's impossible. You just win with Caitan, and it's beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.